Questions around the room. We've got the boom mics. Please raise your hand. First question. Over here on the left side in the front on 2.
Hi, Jason. Kevin Williams, Maroon Tiger, Morehouse College. 2 questions. With the new format change, did the game feel more competitive compared to past All-Star games? And last year, you set the All-Star scoring record. How did your approach differ from this performance?
The format was cool. I think the toughest part, like they stopped the game to do the presentation while we was kind of like halfway through it. Whatever. We were sitting down for 20 minutes, whatever it was. It was kind of tough to get back into the game after that. But, besides that, I thought it was cool. First 2 games were pretty competitive or whatever. So if they could just find a way to, not have that long intermission in between the games or during the game, I think it would be a lot better.
Next question over here. Ron on the 4th row.
Hi, Jason. Ron Krajcik from the San Francisco Chronicle. Even with all these great players, how different is Wemby? I mean, you played against him, tonight. I saw a couple times you were kind of going for rebounds. I mean, he's such a unique player. I'm curious what you think about him in the future, him as the future of the league in this game.
Yeah. I think an unbelievable player with unbelievable potential. So I think, myself and everybody is excited to see, kind of how far he takes it.
Again, 4th row in the center.
Hi, Jason. Christian Babcock with the Bay Area News Group. It seemed like when you guys played against the Rising Stars, that game was competitive all the way to the end. Do you think, having younger players who are hungry, is that something that maybe going forward is going to make this, all-star game, whatever it is, tournament, into something more competitive?
I don't know. I got mixed emotions or feelings, I guess, about the Rising Stars part. Obviously, happy for those guys. But it is something to be said. It's kind of like a big deal to be an all-star and play Sunday night, which, a lot of guys, some guys get snubbed and other guys, have to work really, really hard to make the all-star game. And playing on Sunday night is special, and it always has been. So I'm not saying that, that was the right or wrong decision. I think whoever we played in that first game, the new format would have been competitive. So, trial run, I guess. They'll continue to make tweaks or whatever.
Next row back in the center.
Hey, Jason. Lenwell Open Court Basketball. Adding to what he said, there was a tweet going viral on Twitter about adding a team of the snub players instead of the Rising Stars to compete against, one of the All-Star teams. And if they win, they're the All-Stars. And if the losing team is an All-Stars, they lose the accolades of being an All-Star. Do you think something like that would add, a twist for the game to be really competitive, or do you think it's just a bit maybe too much?
That was your idea?
No. Not mine.
It was a horrible idea.
Up here in the front.
Rodriguez, NBC Sports Bay Area. Obviously, we're in the Bay Area, home of Steph Curry and the Warriors. Can you just describe Steph's impact on the game and maybe your guys' relationship over the years?
Yeah, Steph, his impact on the game, I think globally has been special. Myself, a lot of guys grew up, watching Steph and what he's been able to accomplish over his career, the way he's went about it. One of the, whatever you want to rank him, one of the best players of all time. And, he's an unbelievable person as well. Had the opportunity to, obviously on the USA team this summer, spent a lot of time with him, played some golf, been on numerous all-star teams together, competed in the finals. So, it's an honor to compete against guys that maybe you looked up to when you were in high school and then, find yourself winning gold medals with them and competing against them in the finals and all-star games. So you probably just can't say enough good things about Steph and what he's done for the game.
Last question on the second row on the left on 2.
Good evening, Jason. Sami Sadiq from French Media L'Equipe. I was curious about the pre-game, the locker room talk with the players, with the games being shorter. Like, was it a different energy, like to be at full speed on the first minutes? Like, what was different maybe in the approach in the locker room, in the talks you had and in the warm-up before compared to other All-Star games?
I mean, usually the same. Like you guys see, it's a lot that goes into the show of All-Star introductions, MCs, people performing on the court. So how you would normally prepare for a game is different. So, been through it enough times that you kind of know what to expect. You know when to start trying to get ready. But it's a lot of waiting around. But that's just part of the All-Star show. But it was a fun night. I think the fans enjoyed it, and everybody had a good time.
Thank you. Shai will be up next. Take first question here, second row, on the right.
Joel Lorenzi to Oklahoma. Shai, thoughts on that last game, the breaks in the game, just everything that sort of came with this year's format?
Yeah, breaks, I guess, weren't ideal. I would rather play without breaks, but I had fun nonetheless. I feel like it was a little bit more towards the competitive side tonight, which is a good feeling, step in the right direction. Now I guess it's up to the guys that handle all that stuff to figure out what's next and how to keep making it more and more interesting, and hopefully we get there one day. But I'm glad it's not my job to figure that stuff out, and I'm excited for the second half of the season.
Dan on the right side in the back.
Shai, Dan Winke with the Los Angeles Times. The Western Conference changed a lot in the last few weeks, big trades, a lot of movement behind you, but you guys are functionally the same, getting healthier. What kind of challenges do you see from behind coming at you guys here in the second half, and I guess how prepared are you to defend that off?
Yeah, the Western Conference has always been tough and will always be tough. Challenges all through the conference. It feels like from 2 through 11, the teams are good. It's the best league in the world, best players in the world, and it's never a night off in the West, and we know that. So the challenges all over the conference, some in the East, obviously, but we focus on ourselves for the most part, make sure that we're getting better every day, and hopefully when we see our challenges, we're the best version of ourselves when we see them, and we advance.
Over here, Ron on the fourth row.
Shai, Ron Krojcik from the San Francisco Chronicle. What did you learn about Victor Wembanyama as his teammate this weekend, and did he seem more into it than most? He seemed like really competitive out there.
Yes, competitive, smart, like an interesting guy. I heard he goes to bed at 9 o'clock. I heard he reads a lot. That's cool. And it's rare to see from a guy so young. So, interesting guy.
Over here on the right, third row.
Hey, Shai, Kayla Gray, TSN. Now that the weekend's over, when you look at just like the branding, there's so much of your face around the city, billboards, obviously your event with your shoe. Someone who doesn't really do it for all of that, have you taken a moment to kind of take in how you have been dubbed as maybe the next face of the NBA or one of the next faces of the NBA in generation? And what emotions come up when you think about that?
Yeah, it's super cool. It's obviously a good feeling. I try not to, like you said, worry about those things, but I'd be lying if I said the kid inside of me isn't excited, doesn't look forward to those moments. But above all, playing basketball at the highest form comes first, and everything else will follow, and that's what I focus on.
Front row on your left.
Hey, Shai. Kevin Williams, Maroon Tiger, Morehouse College. You are now a 3-time All-Star, but your fellow teammate Jalen Williams, this was his first time as an All-Star. Can you just speak on that experience for him and how excited you was seeing him out there alongside you as an All-Star this year?
Yeah, first and foremost, I guarded the hell out of him. He had 2 points all night. But yeah, I'm happy for him. Many more to come. Great player in this league. Does so many things for our team. We wouldn't be the team we are without him, and that's clear as day, and that's why he's here. And I'm excited for him now and for the future for sure.
Over here on the right, second row.
Yeah, Shai. First time you wearing your shoes in an extensive part in the game.
Are you asking?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I have been playing in them for quite some time now, making sure, like, testing them and stuff. So I was comfortable in them for sure.
You mentioned the versatility about wearing them on the floor, off the floor. You have them on right now. Why was that so important to you?
just speaks to my personality. I have a personality as a basketball player, and I guess as a fashion guy as well. So I wanted to make sure I kind of expressed that in my first shoe.
Front row, fourth seat. Just wait for the mic.
Hey, Shai. Obviously, huge weekend for you, like the big sneaker launch. I'm just curious, when you kind of look back on it all now that it's all kind of wrapped up, like, what's a personal highlight for you?
Just being with my loved ones, my friends, my family. Like, enjoying the moment with them was the most special. It wouldn't be even close to fun if I was just enjoying it by myself. And them having them by my side has really been special, making me laugh, reminiscing on old times, all the good stuff. So I'm proud that I'm happy that they came, and proud that they get to enjoy this moment with me. Absolutely. Earned, though, I work pretty hard, have good people around me, stay level-headed, but yes, it feels good.
Over here on the right, second row.
Shai, there was a moment during that first break in the first game where Mark returned to the huddle, and I don't know what he said. We kind of asked him about it, but I guess he drew up a play that everybody on the team knew. It was kind of like an inside joke for the other guys. What was that moment like for you, and I guess what's it like to kind of see him this weekend in a setting like this as a guy who maybe isn't into these sort of things?
Yeah, he for sure is not. It was like funny. Teams obviously scout and know what plays were running, and that's all that was. Like Mark was about to drop a play, and the guys on the team felt like they'd seen it before, and they probably have. But to answer your other question, it's good for Coach to get out there, I guess. As long as he doesn't change, and I know he won't. I'm happy for him. All his success, he deserves it.
Last question up front.
Hey, Shai, right here. Mark Randy with 95.7 The Game in San Francisco. I don't know if you heard, but Draymond Green said pregame on TNT with Jimmy Butler now in town, the Warriors are going to win the championship. I wonder what you think about that.
I'd expect him to say that, being on the Golden State Warriors and playing basketball for them. I hope he wouldn't say they'd lose, and I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Thank you.
Of course.
Steph is on his way.
Hi, guys.